Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Christian. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good night, good day. Wherever you are, whenever you're seeing this, I hope you are good. So guys, today we're going to be doing a message from the spirit guides, a message from up above for you guys, a message from the Lord. I'm not sure what this is going to be. I have the cards already pulled. I haven't looked at them yet. And we're just going to get right into this timeless message for the collective. And hopefully I'm going to be able to do a lot of videos like this in the future where I just pull the cards and let the cards tell me what the topic is. Sometimes it can be difficult for me to kind of, think of a topic for reading. That's why I don't post readings as much, but I know y'all love readings and y'all love the messages. So from here on out, I'm just going to pull the cards and whatever it is, that's what the topic of the message is going to be. So let's go ahead and get into it. As always, if you guys want to book with me, shop with me, work with me, connect with me, business-wise or spiritual-wise, go ahead and look down below in the description box to see everywhere where you can follow me, check out the podcast, the book club, my business services, all of that and then some. So get into it. And also, if you're in Dallas, Texas, be on the lookout because I am going to be having an event at the end of this month. So let's go ahead and get right into it, guys, with the reading. Okay, guys, so I went ahead and pulled from 4 oracle decks. I'm just going to show you guys the decks that I use in the beginning. So when I get into these cards, we can just get into it. But for right now, we have the tea leaf fortune cards. You guys know I'm always using these. All of these are on Amazon, by the way. Tea leaf fortune cards. The Work Your Life Oracle cards. This was one of my first Oracle decks I ever got. When I first started doing readings, I had 1 tarot deck and 2 Oracle decks, and this was one of the 2 Oracle decks. This is the other Oracle deck. That was one of the first ever ones I ever got. The Energy Oracle cards, so we're going to be using this as well. And lastly, the Angel Answers Oracle deck, which I literally use all the time. So let's go ahead and get into it, guys. First, we're going to get into the Energy Oracle. I pulled these cards first. So let's start there and get into what this reading is going to be about. Let's get into it. So, all right, what do we have? What do we have? All right, great. So we have woman holding a coin. Woman holding a coin. We also have strategy. Strategy. We have cornucopia. And we have the world. So this spread just gives me abundance, leveling up, stepping into a space where you're secure, where you're comfortable, where you have everything you need. Woman holding a coin. I had this card the last time I did a reading for you guys, and this just represents for me bringing in that masculine, powerful, leadership, strong boss energy in with that divine feminine. So I think that you guys are going to be handling your money very, very well. And if you have been waiting on a job opportunity, you could be getting a bag. It could be a woman giving you the bag or giving you the promotion, or you could just be a woman about to step into a promotion. But there's definitely some abundance on the way and some coin all the way, especially since we have strategy and the world and cornucopia. Now cornucopia, we have an 11 at the top of this card. Cornucopia. And cornucopia talks about abundance overflowing, stepping into a lot of abundance, having a lot of food, a lot of money, a lot of time, a lot of energy. So you guys are going to be proficient in a lot of different things, not just in your money and not just in your time, not just in your energy, not just in your relationships. You're going to have abundance coming at you from all different spaces. So abundance is on the way. Now we have strategy in the world. So I feel like you guys really want to be mindful of how you're trying to connect with the world right now. If you guys are business owners, if you are influencers, if you're just trying to make an impact, whatever that may be, your energies are saying dream big. Don't be saying, oh, I want to go ahead and do this because it's the easy way. Go for that long-term goal. I feel like some of y'all have really, really big goals, and maybe you're kind of comfortable with the things you've already achieved because you have achieved a lot. But I feel like your energies are saying, don't get too comfortable. The abundance is here, but the abundance isn't here for you to just sit back and get lazy and just enjoy and never try to expand. You're just getting a taste of what God has for you. You're just getting a taste of what else you can unlock if you continue going down this journey of abundance. So we have the world. You guys are being called to do different things, put what you have to give on the forefront, on a worldwide international stage. Use the internet to your benefit. Don't feel like you don't have anything to offer. If you feel like it's time for you to start a platform or reach other people or go back to school so you can have the skills or whatever, get into it because the world is saying it's time to expand. And also, again, with strategy, figure out what you want to do, make a plan. Don't feel like you have to rush yourself into anything. And also, I feel like you guys are learning, or you're having to learn, that you get to control how you want to elevate, how you want to move, how you want to step into certain things. If you say, I'm going to complete 1 goal a month, then you can complete one goal a month. You don't have to complete everything in a day, in a week, even in a month if you don't want to. It's all about what's going to work best for you. So you have the great opportunity right now to create a strategy that's going to work for you, which is always a blessing, because sometimes we have to be pushed in situations where we're not in control. We are pushed in situations where we have to listen to somebody else, or where someone else may be holding the key to us being comfortable. Like if we have to live with somebody else that we don't want to live with, if we have to work under a boss that we don't like, if we have to maybe network with some people that maybe aren't super kind to us, or we have to feel like we have to bite the bullet in certain spaces. Sometimes we do have to humble ourselves and accept treatment that we don't really want to accept spaces that we really don't want to accept or be in, because sometimes we have to be in the trenches to grow and to evolve. And I feel like you guys aren't in that space anymore. I feel like you already know that you can grow in those extreme conditions. So now I feel like you're going to have a chance to kind of, set the stage for yourself and figure out how you want to grow on your own, how you want to elevate on your own, and you get to decide what's next for you, which is such a powerful moment. Something else that I always tell people is that the point of power is right now. The moment for you to change your life isn't in 3 years, in 4 years. The moment for you to change your life is right now. It's for you to stop this video right now and say, you know what, I'm never thinking negatively about myself again. You know what, even if I get pushed down, I'm going to get back up. You know what, I'm not telling the haters about my ideas again. You know what, I'm not people pleasing anymore. You know what, I'm not going to be afraid of showing the world what I'm doing and what I have to offer. You can decide that at any moment, and I feel like your energies want you to do that. So don't get in the habit of just letting life take you where it wants to take you. Sometimes you have to do that, but sometimes you have to take control. And this is the point, to take control of your abundance. So let's go ahead and get to the angel answers. So we have forgiveness. I'll get into I'll get into all of these right now, and then I'll break it down. Forgiveness. Choose a new direction. No. Let go. And recovery. So let's get into this, guys. I feel like some of us are, okay, now I just mentioned when you were, because now we're getting into the tea, right? I just mentioned when you guys were on your journey, of course, there were certain spaces where you did not have control. Maybe you had to, just try to go above and beyond to appease a professor that gave you a C anyway, or whatever you had to do, where you just gave it your all and you were up against things that were purposefully pushing you down or putting your back against the wall. I feel like now is the time for you to let go of that. So we have choose a new direction and forgiveness. So for some of us, maybe it was your parents that didn't believe in you. Maybe it was your friends. Maybe it was somebody that came and took your position or took your job or took your opportunity. Or even if it was someone that, told you, oh, I don't think you should do this. I don't think this is going to work. And then you go on to do it, or you don't do it. And then you regret why did I listen to this person? Why did I take this person's word over my own? I feel like for some of you, you need to really let go of any grudges that you are holding on to, any ill will or any bad energy, bad taste in your mouth that you got in regards to anyone that you've had to work with or connect with. I think that unfortunately, of course, these things are always going to end how we want them to, but you don't want to let that hold you back from your new beginning, because you guys have the opportunity for a new beginning. We all have the opportunity right now for a new beginning, and you don't want to be following a path that is rooted in, let me shit on everybody, let me prove everybody wrong, let me do them how they did me, let me get to where I need to be so I can do them how they did me. Or you don't want to be in a point where you're like, now I have all this, now I'm afraid, now I have all this, I'm afraid to lose it, I'm afraid to do anything different, I don't want to make a change, I want to stay right here. So you want to make sure that you're not operating in fear. And I think forgiveness is a good way to step into that, because when you can forgive anybody and anything that contributed to your discomfort, that discomfort no longer has power over you. So some of us need to reflect on everything that we had to experience and everything that we had to fight against and give up and sacrifice. All of those things that we had to do to get to the point where we are now, or we're feeling good, we're feeling empowered, even if there's still some fear there. Release it, forgive it, let it go. You guys can do a releasing ritual where you literally write down the things that have been holding you back and you burn it. I think that's the easiest way to just, show yourself physically that you are not letting anything take power over your mind and over your energy. This is your time to take your power back. Also, we have know and let go. Of course, know and let go. So I feel like you might be even getting some pushback from the universe, or you might eventually get some pushback from God. Basically just having God tell you, this isn't what you're supposed to be doing. You might want to avoid this, because we always have that discernment, but we also have things that pull us towards things and things that push us away, So you don't want to be going out of your way to make your life harder. If let's say you had a chance to curse somebody out and you wanted to curse them out. You literally were thinking, I can't wait to see this person because if I see them, I'm going to cuss them out. And you end up seeing them and something happens and you're not able to get to them, or they end up having to leave, or you end up having to leave, and you end up being like, oh my God, I missed this opportunity to curse this person out. Don't just be waiting around for the next chance to do something that you were saved from doing, okay? If you were gonna give up, if you were gonna, bring that energy to somebody else, if you were gonna drag somebody, if you were gonna do whatever, and the things that always are in alignment have aligned for you to not have a chance to let your shadow reign, don't just keep waiting on a chance to do that, I think some of y'all are either trying to step back into an old habit or trying to bring back an old thing that is done with. Even if you're trying to hold on to something, we have this no energy because it's not what you're supposed to do. So give yourself the chance to let go of what you need to let go of. And with that, choose a new direction. If you keep going down this path, you're not going to get what you want anyway. And you do not want to waste all of the abundance that you've been working on. And I'm going to say waste because in retrospect, we know nothing is a waste. We know everything is used for God's glory and everything's used for our journey. That is very true. But what's the point of going through all of that pain and sadness and frustration? What's the point of doubting yourself to get right back into another situation when you doubt yourself? What's the point of pulling yourself out of an abusive situation to step right back into another one? What's the point of doing that? Now, granted, you might be the type of person that needs to be hurt a few times to recognize this isn't for me. You might be the type of person that may need to take a bad poopy job before you realize I can't do poopy jobs. I can't do bad managers. You might be the type of person that may need to accept a couple of friendships and have a couple of friendships end in flames for you to recognize I need to step into these friendships differently. So this is a really great opportunity for you guys to change how you have to learn those hard lessons, because the hard lessons you learn in life are about how hard-headed you are. The more hard-headed you are, the harder the lessons have to be. Okay? The more hard-headed you are, the more you spin yourself in that same cycle, the more you keep going back to that same thing over and over again, the more you're going to have to be purged even further away from these things, and also the deeper you can step into it. Because imagine if you keep getting protected. It's protection, but we don't feel that way. So I'm going to say the air quotes. Imagine if you keep getting protected from something that you're not supposed to step into, and you just keep finding it in other people. And you hear the red flags, you see the things, you understand why it's not good for you, but you step into it anyway. You broke up with this person, but you're calling them anyway. You left the job, but every day you go on the website to see if your position is still open because you're thinking about going back. Why are you doing that? Let go. Let go of whatever is from the past that's keeping you on this cycle, because you're in a new space. Abundance is on the way. That's the first message that we got. So abundance is on the way. Figure out whatever is causing you to be clouded. I just told you what's causing you to be clouded. So let go of what's causing you to be clouded as you step into this next season of your abundance. You owe it to yourself. You owe it to yourself. And we have recovery. So this was deeper as always. It's always deeper than what we have to go through. Always, always, always. It's not about the end goal being in the pain. It's about the end goal being past the pain. It's about the end goal being past the frustration and the hard lessons and the ups and downs. That's not the end goal. The end goal is beyond all those things, in a space where we can really relax and enjoy the spaces that we're in, So we have to let go and step into recovery. Step into your meditation practice, get back into your prayer, get back into your church, get back into your walking, get back into your praise songs, get back into your sound bowls, get back into whatever works for you to make you feel whole and make you feel connected to God. Trust your intuition and get back into that. And let that be the foundation for your forgiveness. Don't just feel like, okay, you got all these things, now it's time for you to turn the tables. Don't be that type of person. Don't be that type of person, because that type of person is just going to turn the tables on themselves again. When you are in a space where you cannot forgive others, think about all of those people that you're about to go and hurt. Are they going to be able to forgive you? Are they going to be able to forgive you? Think about all the times that you're not able to tell someone, hey, you're not giving me what I need. And instead you just treat them a little nasty. Think about anyone that doesn't have the courage to speak up to you, and instead they just treat you bad. This is your time to shift karma. And not shift it as in change it, but this is your time to decide what's going to be on the way to you. Because karma is everything. Everything is a result of something else happening. And what you do right now is really going to have an effect on how you see your abundance, and how you step into abundance. Make your plan, make your strategy, release what does not serve you, give up the revenge, give up the vengeance, give up the grudges, give up feeling bad and salty and upset for everything you had to tolerate, everything you had to accept, everything that you had to, humble yourself in that you didn't want to. Give up that bitterness, give up that frustration, give up the confusion, because you're in a new season. So look around and recognize that you're in a new season, okay? Let's get to our second to last oracle cards, guys. So let's get into all of these. This is our tea leaf oracle. So we have vine. Seek out information that will help you. Seek out information that will help you. We have a period of ill health or depression. Fly, a period of ill health or depression. We also have wind chime, peace and harmony. We have bird perched, waiting for news, package, or letter. Waiting for news, package, or letter. I'm going to get into all these cards and then break it down. Y'all already know. We have crib. This says birth or conception of a child or enterprise. We have fox, shrewdness and resourcefulness, especially in business. And we have elephant. A long journey, either physical or mental, will leave you wiser in the end. And we have a carriage, a journey, either physical or mental. So we have two cards here that say a journey, physical or mental, and it will leave you stronger in the end. We also have waiting and this depression. So let's get into this, okay? So we have a period of depression. We have a journey that's physical or mental. You'll be wiser in the end. And we have bird perch, waiting for news, package, or a letter. So let's get into the depression first, all right? I think that some of us could either be in a space of depression right now, or you're going to be feeling depression a little bit. A period of ill health, a period where, you might not feel like getting out the bed. You might not feel like you have the motivation. You might not feel like you're really in the space that you need to be in. You might not really feel like you are, giving yourself all the opportunities that you need to succeed. You might start to feel bad about yourself, like, dang, why didn't I do this? Why didn't I do this? You might start to blame yourself for certain things or feel certain shame or guilt, And you want to be really, really mindful of how this depression shows up for you, because depression affects everybody differently. And that's why it's so important to have your community around you. And that's why it's so important to be able to pivot. Give yourself 24 hours, 48 hours if you need to, but let 48 hours be your max. And after that, seek help. Whatever that means to you, seek help. Call a friend, vent to somebody, leave a message on an anonymous advice page, join a Facebook group for people in your situation and see what they have to say about it. Seek solutions after that 48 hours, but don't let this consume you. And this could also be a time for you guys to learn how to manage your depression, learn how to manage those low moments, because it's a part of the journey. So learn how to manage it. Don't let it make you sick from the inside out. Don't let it make you doubt yourself. Don't let it make you question yourself. Don't let it make you turn you into a different person. Let this be an opportunity for you to know how to handle that. With this journey energy, it's so important for you to learn. It's so important for you to be mindful of what you're experiencing. And it's so important for you to feel like none of this is happening by chance, because you get to determine when a chapter is over. You determine when a journey is finished. When you learn the lesson, then you can move on to the next thing. And you're going to be wiser at the end as well. So see this as an opportunity for you to grow and learn, not as God just punishing you. Because why would you be punished for your good works? Why would you be punished for sticking it out? Why would you be punished for not giving up? You're not being punished. You're being set up for something greater. And the things that you've experienced in the past are triggering you right now. So don't take out your frustration on those things. Release those things. Don't turn your attention on what's giving you struggle and give it struggle right back. Release it and say, I don't want to be a part of this. Because what happens is, you give me a problem, now I'm going to give you a problem. Then you give me a problem, and I'm going to give you a problem. Until it's just problem after problem after problem. And no one is able to say, you know what? I'm about to get off of this and get off of this space. Just like those relationships that are toxic. You cheat on me, I cheat on you. You cheat on me, you cheat on me. Eventually, you have to say, you know what? I don't want to be a part of this cycle anymore. And that's what you guys have to do with yourself. I'm not going to hold on to grudges anymore. I'm not going to hold on to the pain of the past anymore. I'm not going to let the darkness from 3 years ago make me afraid to take a risk today. And waiting for news, package, or letter, make sure you're waiting patiently. Ask yourself, how do you wait? Do you wait by the door all day? Y'all, I remember when I was in college and when I had dropped out of school and I was living back at my mom's house and I was in cosmetology school, I used to wait outside for my weave delivery all day, because if y'all know, if UPS don't deliver your package, you gotta wait till the next business day sometimes. And I had a really big house with a bunch of different entrances, so I would literally wait all day and be looking at all the cameras, going to all the doors, all the driveways, to make sure I did not miss this package. And granted, sometimes I'll be outside all day Literally, because the package don't come till 3:30. I've been outside since 7:30, moving from different doors, waiting to see if I was going to get it. Are you that type of waiter? Or are you the type of person that can wait patiently knowing they're going to knock when they come? And I'm going to hear them. And if I don't, I'll be able to leave a note and say, hey, come to this entrance. And I'll be able to make sure I get it. You know, I also had an uncle that worked at UPS. So I literally could have said, you know what, let me just let my uncle know that I have a package coming. And I'll just get it when I see him. I don't have to, you know, torture myself going crazy all day waiting on this. So ask yourself, who are you in waiting? Are you waiting patiently on God? Are you waiting like, when is it coming? When is it coming? That definitely affects how you think and how you experience the moment. All right. Now let's get into some good stuff. We have wind chimes, again, peace and harmony, crib, birth of a child or an enterprise. So starting a new business, expanding, or giving birth. If you're thinking about expanding your family, all of this stuff still applies. Again, the same energy that takes to create birth, create a job, create anything. You know, creation is creation. Fox, shrewdness and resourcefulness. So you know you're resourceful, you know you're wise, use that to your benefit. And Vine, seek out information that will help you. Stop being defeated or feeling defeated when you don't know. Not knowing is the biggest opportunity you can have, because when you don't know something, you can step into it. Ignorance is bliss for a reason. You know, when I started reading cards, I was ignorant to tarot, to psychic abilities, to gifts, to what it meant. All I knew was that I was called to do this and I was helping people and it was making me feel good and it was leading me on my path. That's all I knew. I didn't know, you know, oh, you got to make sure you do this and read like this and read like this. I am self-taught in everything that I do. And there's a benefit of being self-taught in your own life, because when you're self-taught, you're not putting your life up against anybody else's example, you know? I didn't say, oh, this person read for 2 years, then made a YouTube, then got on TikTok, then opened a business, then started doing classes. Let me model my life after that. No, I do what I want to do based on where God leads me. And when I do that, I don't have to rely on anybody else's model for success or for happiness. And that's what I want y'all to realize. Seek out information that's going to help you. Find things that are going to make you feel better about where you're going. Don't find stuff that's going to make you feel like your back is against the wall. Don't find stuff that contradicts what God has told you. Better yet, let God be the encyclopedia. Pray when you need an answer or direction. Don't try to say, well, this person finished school and they found a job right after. No. Your journey is going to be different. Your journey is going to be different than what everybody else is doing. Everybody has their own specific journey, you know, so seek out information that will help you, and you're resourceful. So even if it doesn't work out, you're going to be fine. You can come up with ideas. You can figure out problems. You've been gaining these skills in the dark moments. So use that to your benefit. Alrighty, guys, 3 last cards. So we have trust your path. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? I love this Oracle card. This is one of my favorite Oracle cards, because so many of us, we don't want to put our stuff out there. We don't want to start the business. We don't want to go back to school. We don't want to get married. We don't want to introduce this person to our friends because they're not that attractive. We don't want to tell our friends that don't like kids that we want to be a mom. We don't want to tell our friends that, you know, hate 9-to-5s, that we're about to get a 9-to-5. You know, we don't want to tell somebody, hey, I'm not interested in you because they spent X amount of money on us and we feel bad. This is about everything. If you knew that you could do whatever you wanted in life in everything, and people will be like, I support you, I understand you, go ahead, you would not have any fear. You would not have any second guessing. You would not have any question. God tells us something and we feel good about it, and then the world knocks us down and then we question it. I work with so many people who remember being loud children, remember being talkative children. You know, I have social anxiety now, but I didn't have social anxiety when I was growing up. I actually used to talk too much in my classes until I got around the hood kids that told me I talked like a white girl and made me feel like a nerd and a dork. Up until then, I thought I was the coolest thing smoking. And my brand new shoes and my little glasses, I thought I was some hot stuff, you know? So you feel fine. It's your perception of, wait, will everybody agree that I'm fine? Will everybody agree that I'm okay? Will everyone agree that I'm cool? That is what's stopping you. Trust your path. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? Align your life. What is not aligned or needs to change? Super simple. Align your life. What is not aligned or needs to change? That could be a good space for you guys to start off with that strategy. Whenever you're thinking about where you want to be, ask yourself, what is not aligned? What do I need to remove? What do I need to bring in? What do I want to be at that finish line? And what do I need to do right now to make sure I get there? Period. And lastly, Anna, grandmother of Jesus, seeing the light, laying foundations, divine plan. So I love this card too, because this talks about grandmother of Jesus. So this talks about what you do, maybe not benefiting your children, maybe not benefiting your siblings, but benefiting your grandchildren. You know, the grandmother of Jesus, the person that had to come forth so Mary could come forth, so Jesus could come forth, so everything else could come forth. You know, the bigger picture, seeding the light, laying foundations, divine plan, knowing that there is more at stake. I love that this is the last card that we have, laying foundations, divine plan. This is how you step into abundance that never ends. This is how you step into what God has for you, because what God has for you never ends. The plan is divine. It doesn't say happy everyday plan. It doesn't say 24/7 no stress plan. It says divine plan. Divine plan. You know, and when the plan is divine, we're always going to be right where we need to be. And I feel like we are right where we need to be right now. And even when you're not where you need to be, even when God says go low and you go high, God knew you were going to go high. And that's why he set you up to fall when you went high, so you could depend on him and learn not to be hard-headed again when you learn you're supposed to do something. Because how else would you get to your purpose? You know, if I never would have started doing this, every job I would have had before this would have failed. And everything that I did up until this did fail. I wasn't able to do it. The door was closed in my face. I had to turn around and start over. I had to keep starting over until I found this. I had to keep starting over until I found this. And I guarantee you, anybody else that's in a position of abundance, power, healing, change, they did a bunch of stuff before they got there. They did a bunch of stuff trying to find their thing before God says, this is what I have for you. But I couldn't give you this just yet. I had to teach you this and this and this, all in these different spaces so you could get here. When I started doing this business, I already knew how to price stuff. I already knew how to set up a website. I already knew how to help other entrepreneurs because of every other job and every other business and every other thing I've done that failed and flopped until I got here. You know, I was able to see all of those things and learn all of that stuff until I got here. And eventually, I won't be able to do this anymore. Eventually, this will lead me into something else. And that's the joy of life. I'm not planting my roots here saying this is what I have to do. I'm planting my roots in my purpose. Okay, because I can change lives here. I can change lives shipping burgers at McDonald's. I can change lives working at a kids museum. I can change lives working in a mall. I can change lives in any space because I can bless someone with my voice, with my energy. I can make somebody have a great, amazing, fantastic day. You know, that lies within me. That doesn't lie within my job title. It doesn't lie within who I'm connected to. It doesn't lie within anything that I do. No works. It lies within me. It lies within me. You know, we are not saved. We are not made holy. We're not made who God wants us to be by our works. You're made that by your faith and by your heart and by who you are at your core. Because sometimes you may want to teach a class where you teach 100 people how to find self-love, but you don't have the money for that. So you have to teach a virtual class online for 6 people. But those 6 people go on to start their own businesses and write their own books. And eventually you touch millions. You know, that's how I feel. I might not ever go on to have 1 million subscribers or touch 1 million people. But I know the people that I've worked with are going to go on to touch their children, their friends, all of their customers, all of their clients. My lives I have touched, I know for a fact I've touched 1 million lives indirectly. And you can do the same thing, and you will do the same thing. And we have to trust that it's a bigger picture and that we're laying a foundation not just for us, but for everyone that's coming after us. I'm not going to have children. But that doesn't mean that I'm not mothering. That doesn't mean that I'm not nurturing. You know, I had a client, someone that I love dearly, that told me that I mother in so many other ways and I nurture in so many other ways, even though I don't want kids, you know, because I don't think that I have what it takes to sacrifice everything and be a parent. But I sacrifice a lot to do this, you know? So you can feel encouraged to sacrifice what you need to for whoever else. So even if you don't feel good enough to do something, God says, I'm going to make you do it anyway. Even if you don't feel good enough to have your story be heard, even if you say, oh, I'm not good enough to write a book, God will put you in a position where you're touching lives and you don't even have to write that book, you know? So be open to that divine plan and let that divine plan come in and set you up for where you need to be. So yes, guys, that is a message that we have all about abundance and preparing for your abundance and preparing for your divine plan. I loved this message. Be on the lookout for more videos like this with these incredible channeled messages. I'm so grateful to God for giving me these gifts and for allowing me to connect with you guys, because I feel like that was such a good read and I know y'all needed to hear it. So let me know how you feel about this message down below in the comment section. I love you guys. If you want to book with me, shop with me, connect with me, follow me, all of that and then some, check down below in the description box to get into it. I love y'all and I will see you guys next time. As always, bye guys. Bless.